All right. Good evening, guys. So first of all, check out the shirt. We're gonna try to go through a couple things. So this is gonna be update number two on the winter weather potential for this weekend, Friday night, January 23rd, into Saturday the 24th, 2026, and kind of ending on Sunday the 25th, January 25th, 2026. Um, so yeah, let's. Well, before I get to that, today is Monday, January the 20th. It's a few minutes after 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. This is going to be the update number two. I did do a video last night. But this will be update number two. I plan on doing an update every night until we get to the event, and then we may get out and drive around in it and shoot some videos. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And all right. So, without further ado, we'll get started. So, first of all, we're still we're 4 days out now, but we're still too far for the medium range models to be in range. So, we're still looking at the same models that we looked at last night, which is going to be the GFS and the European model. So, we're going to run through, this is the GFS model as we get into Friday evening. And as we progress forward, this would be into the wee hours of Saturday morning. Again, it's showing about the same thing as it was last night. We're going to go through Saturday. This is into the wee hours of Sunday, and into the afternoon, evening hours of Sunday. So the system has appeared to have slowed down a little bit, which would give us the potential for more snowfall totals. But as you notice, last night we were showing the rain or the mix and snow line about the Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama state line. That is continuing to be the case for tonight's model run too. As far as the GFS goes, it did bring the warm air up a little bit, as you see right there as we get into Saturday evening into Sunday morning. So it looks like it may try to mix a little bit in some of the valley locations, towards Chattanooga, towards Cleveland, maybe even into parts of Polk County there, Jasper. The model's picking up, the GFS specifically is picking up that we may get a little bit of warm air right on top of the cold air, and we may get a little bit of mix. Now, whether that mix is going to be freezing rain, whether it's going to be rain, whether it's going to be sleet, whether it's going to be a mixture of all three, on and off, that's still to be determined. We're too far out on that. But that's what the GFS is showing. Still coming in kind of Friday evening into the wee hours of Saturday, January 24th. And going pretty much all day Saturday and a good portion of Sunday as well. And then getting on out of here Sunday evening into the wee hours of Monday morning. So again, that is the GFS. This is the European model. So again, it's showing it coming in just a little bit later. It's showing it coming in Saturday morning. And as you notice, as we progress a little bit further, this is Saturday evening, late, almost midnight. As you see, it's bringing in a little more of the warmer portion of it, a little further north. So some of the valley locations, it's indicating now on tonight's run, it's indicating that there may be some mix even some rain in some of the valley locations near like Chattanooga, Cleveland, Athens, Dunlap, Jasper. It's indicating that we may get a little bit of rain in there. And again, it's getting out of here around Sunday afternoon. So that's what we've seen as far as the timing has the GFS has slowed it down a little bit, kind of having it come in Friday evening, the wee hours of Saturday morning, and not getting out of here until Sunday afternoon, evening. And the GFS has brought the snow a little further north, and brought the mixture and rain line a little bit further north. So we are getting some indication on these model runs this evening that the some of the valley locations and around the Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama state line may see a little bit of mixed as we get into Saturday afternoon into Sunday. But let's talk about snowfall totals. Now, again, we're still 4 days out, which is way too far to predict this stuff. As we get to tomorrow evening, we'll have a little bit better indication of. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get where I can view comments a little bit better. So yeah, as we get a little bit closer, especially as we get into Thursday. Thursday's where we're going to be able to really start nailing down snowfall totals. This is the European model on the snowfall totals, and as you see last night, it was showing more like that, 10 to 20 inches a little bit further south. So it's indicating that we may have some of the warm air come a little further north. So it has brought those high snowfall totals a little bit further north. So just notice that. Now keep in mind, this is a 10-to-1 ratio. Wet snow, typically 1 inch of rain of liquid would typically transfer over to about 10 inches of snow. Wet snow, but that ain't always the case. Sometimes it's a 6-to-1 ratio. Also, one thing you have to keep into consideration when you get thick snow like that, the upper levels will start compacting the lower levels. So even though this is showing 15 inches of snow, that's not going to be the case, because it's going to probably be more like a 6-to-1 ratio on some of the wet heavy snow, and also you're going to have compaction take place. But that's what the European model is showing as far as snowfall totals for this. This is the GFS. Now again, this is a model run. The GFS was last night was showing the heavy snowfall totals a little bit lower. So both models, both the GFS and the European, have brought the snowfall totals as far as where the snow is going to be up a little bit further north into Tennessee. Yesterday, the GFS was showing a lot of snow for northern Alabama, northern Georgia. That has brought that up a little bit, and less snow potentially for North Alabama and North Georgia. And again, ignore these snowfall totals. We're not going to be able to really get into that until we get around Thursday evening. Tomorrow, we will start having some of the mid and short range models come in. I'm looking forward to that. We'll have some higher resolution. As we get about 48 hours out, we'll start to get some of the really high resolution model data come in. So we're looking forward to that. But like I say, we're still 4 days out. It's still too far to tell. One thing I will say that with this system that differs from the system we had last weekend that I didn't even talk about, is last weekend the models, one model was saying, yeah, we're going to get snow, and then the next 5-6 model runs didn't show anything. Also, one model said snow, the other one said nothing, the other one said rain. They did not agree for last weekend's setup. And as you guys know, it didn't really do anything. A little bit of rain and that was it. This time, the models have been pretty close in agreement. Not only the different models like the GFS, the European, the Canadian, they've all been in agreements between the three of them fairly closely, actually. But the other thing is every time the model updates, these long range models update 6, 8, 12 hours, every 6 to 12 hours or so. Every run, every update that we've had has been roughly the same. So that's why everybody's talking about this a little bit sooner, a little bit ahead of time, because the models have agreed, and each model run has kind of agreed that something is going to happen this weekend. What we don't know yet is where exactly that rain, snow, ice, where all that's going to be, where that line of transition between mix and snow is going to be, and where that transition between mix and the rain's going to be. So that's what we're waiting on right now. We'll have a little bit more clearer picture as we get into tomorrow evening, and especially as we get into Thursday evening. So you guys who just joining, we will run through that one more time. So this is the GFS model, still showing the precipitation to start Friday evening into early Saturday morning, getting pretty much most of Tennessee snow. Now it is bringing the warm air a little further north on tonight's run, as I was saying. Some of the valley locations, Chattanooga, Cleveland, Athens, Dunlap, Jasper. You're now in the question area whether we're going to stay snow the entire time or switch over to a mixed precipitation. That's what the models are showing tonight. Again, I'm stressing we're still 4 days out, still too far to really tell anything. So I did have a question in the chat of how much snow will we get this weekend. I'm going to get more into that as we go further. I may dabble at that prediction tomorrow evening, but definitely Thursday evening. I'm curious some of the short range, high resolution models. Curious what we get there. So you guys tune in tomorrow, Thursday. I'll probably do a live stream every night this evening, or every evening this week, somewhere between that 8 and 10 o'clock time frame. I'll try to shoot for around 8 to 9. Yes. Riley, that's a good question there. He's asking if he thinks he can make it from Graysville to Red Bank Friday night at like 8 p.m. Yeah, right now, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Now, I do want to stress that you need to check back in tomorrow night and, really even Thursday night because the timing of this, is going to change. Yesterday, the models was bringing it in a little bit earlier Friday evening. Now they're bringing it in a little bit later, more like the wee hours of Saturday morning. So as of right now, Riley, I could say that you look fine, but keep in mind, we're 4 days out. So definitely check back in tomorrow and Thursday evening as we get some of the shorter range models. So, like I say, this is the GFS bringing it in the wee hours of Saturday morning and running to Sunday afternoon, evening, even for some of these snow showers to get out of here. So that's the timing on the GFS. This is the European. Again, just kind of running through this again for the people who have just kind of joined. So again, the European model is bringing this in. The Europeans bringing it in a little bit later into the wee hours of the morning, more into the morning hours of Saturday, and then all day Saturday night into Sunday, and a good portion of Sunday. Now, one thing I want to kind of go back and forth here. As you see, the European model is bringing a lot of the warm air further north into southeast Tennessee. So, we're getting Ray, Bledsoe, Meigs, McMinn County, Sequatchie, all Hamilton, all of southeast Tennessee, according to the European model, is now showing to switch over to a mixed bag of precipitation. So that's different from last night's run, and it's even showing that some of the valley locations may switch over to a little bit of rain as we get into Sunday morning. So that's kind of the timing, and we'll go over the snowfall totals again on what the models are showing. This is the European model. You'll notice that, yesterday evening it was showing more of this kind of 12 to 17, a little bit further south, a little bit closer to the Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama line. That has moved up, indicating that the model is trending a little bit, bringing the warm air a little bit further north. But keep in mind, this is a 10-to-1 ratio. When you get wet, heavy snow, sometimes you can have an 8-to-1, 6-to-1 ratio, and also when you start getting a lot of snow, you're going to run into compacting of the lower levels. So, even though the model's saying as there could be 12 to 15 inches of snow, that's a 10-to-1 ratio. Most likely we'll have more of a 6-to-1, 8-to-1 ratio with some compacting going on. So that's just something to keep in mind. GFS is wild this evening. It has, now, if you'll remember last night, one thing that's different tonight from last night's model run on both the European and the GFS is it's bringing warm air a little bit further north. If you'll remember last night, the GFS had these massive snowfall totals a little bit further south into North Georgia, North Alabama. That has brought that up a little bit higher. So the GFS is indicating that we're going to have a little bit more warmer air a little further north, at least as of tonight. But again, just kind of ignore those. I'm just showing you that's what it's showing tonight. So do we have any questions in the chat before? I'm not going to do as long of one tonight as I did last night. I appreciate you guys who did watch last night. Make sure that you tune in every evening, somewhere between that 8 and 10 o'clock Eastern time. So, yes, I had to do it. I had to wear the shirt. Do I think it's going to be another Storm of 93? No. I don't, but anyway, I had to wear it, so yeah. Anyway, I'm just glad I remembered I had this shirt. So yeah, I got a question in the chat about will I be doing live during? Yeah, probably will. I may very well. I love to get out and about and kind of drive around. So we may very well do some live streaming on the road, kind of showing road conditions as it's going on. And I'll also probably throughout the weekend get on and either shoot some videos and post or do some short live streams from the shack here, the ham shack, weather room, whatever you want to call it, man cave. So yeah. I would say that there'll be a combination of me posting videos, me posting updates, me sharing some of the road conditions. I would say that's definitely a possibility. Let's see what else we got going on. So hopefully that kind of answers the question we have now. Does anybody have any other questions? Throwing kids in the snow. There you go, Dana. There you go. I'll probably be doing the same thing at some point too. I'm really hoping that that we do get a decent amount. I have a gut feeling on what we're going to get, and I'll discuss that. I'll probably discuss that a little bit more tomorrow evening. During the live stream tomorrow evening. So let's see here. I don't know that it's going to be a Snowmageddon. It's definitely a possibility, but yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, come on now. An updated shirt? No, we don't need an updated shirt. 90s. Let's go. Come on. 90s, baby. uh, it's definitely very 90s. I'm going to say, oh, I got to show you the back, too. You know, Paul said it would be this way. So, you guys who, so funny story. Funny story at work. Today I had somebody, and I think they're actually in the stream, but had somebody say something about you know I'm not going to worry about it doing anything, or I'm not going to be concerned until Paul Barris comes out of retirement and post about it. And I don't know how many of you guys follow Paul on his Facebook, but he did make a post about it. So he kind of say he come out of retirement. Um, so yeah, um, like I say, I'm intending on this stream being a little shorter tonight, a little bit more to the point. Does anybody have any questions? Do we have anybody that just joined that wants me to run through the models again? Just comment and let me know. Yeah, I definitely hope that this is a snow event. My gut tells me that up here on the mountain where we're located, Dana, I think it's going to be snow. But somebody's going to get ice. Somebody is absolutely going to get an ice storm, and we're just going to have to wait till we get a little bit closer to see who it's going to be. But somebody is going to get ice. Somebody is going to get a lot of snow. Somebody's just going to get rain. Right now, we're trying to pinpoint. But ever since I've been watching this storm, it's been pretty. It hasn't changed a whole lot. It's been pretty consistent that the Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama line north will be a lot more of the wintry precipitation, and the Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia line south will be a little bit more of the battle zone between the snow, ice mixture, and rain. But yeah. Hey, I appreciate you guys with the comments, the questions. Does anybody else have any questions? One thing to keep in mind. You're going to want to have some of the your winter weather plans. You're not going to want to get out. I mean, if we do, especially if and the people who get ice, you're going to want to go to the store, make sure that you have your food, your water, non-perishable things, things that you can cook without having to have electricity, because people in an ice storm may lose electricity for a long time. If you have, make sure you have your backup heat sources ready. If that's something that takes, if it's a kerosene heater or something like that, make sure that you have your, make sure you kind of go get all that stuff, Thursday into Friday before the event comes in. Just have snack foods, know where your extra warm blankets are, kind of have your plans for that, because it is going to be cold. It's going to be pretty cold the remainder of this week. It's going to be cold as we get through this event and into the first part of next week, so it's not going to warm up immediately. So yeah, flashlight, batteries for your flashlight, battery for various things. A battery powered radio, maybe one of them little radios with a little generator crank on it, or a solar panel. A Blue Yeti, or a Jackery. Make sure it's good and charged up. If you got a generator for backup power, make sure that it's working, and you got gas for it, and all those good things. Just kind of be ready for that ahead of time. Make sure if you are burning something to keep warm, or kerosene heater, or fireplace, propane, Natural gas, make sure you have carbon monoxide detector. Keep all flammable combustibles, 3 foot away or so from the heat. So, yeah. All right. Guys, I'm going to call that for tonight, and we will come back in here tomorrow night, somewhere between that 8 and 9 p.m. time frame, and do another stream. And we should pick up the NAM model, North American model. We should pick that up tomorrow. So that'll give us a medium range model. I do want to say that Wednesday, not into Thursday morning, we are going to have a little clipper system come through that's going to bring a little bit of rain and a shot of cooler air behind it. So just know about that. Okay. I think that's all I guys got. So if there's no other comments, we will catch you guys tomorrow evening. So appreciate you doing the stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow evening around the same time. Also on Thursday, as we get into, like I say, tomorrow night we'll pick up another model that we can look at, maybe 2 more models. And especially as we get into Thursday night, we will start having some of the high resolution rapid refresh models. So Thursday evening will be a good stream, and especially Friday evening as the event's about to start taking place. So, all right, we will catch you.